And welcome to our show, Geeks Are Wired Podcast, where we talk about video games, movies, TV, comic books, technology, and TLDR, the Internet of Things. This week, we have Anthony.
Hello, hello, hello.
And Anna.
Yep, that's me.
And Ted.
For a less good time, push 6. Beep.
You've chosen 6.
And me, Bill.
Yay, Bill.
Apparently, you're the number 6 option. I'm sorry.
Bill.
Nah.
Bill.
I'm the number 6.
Bill.
On this side, explain to the listeners, we had a voice caller. They just kind of talked into the... We're not going to play it.
No, we're not.
But they're like, for a less good time, press 6, beep. And that's what happened.
So if you're wondering if we were actually listening, like wanting people to call, we do.
Yeah.
And we listened.
We do.
We just can't respond to this one because
there's nothing to
nothing to respond to.
Yeah. But
So.
you can call in
Yeah.
at 801-896-4335.
And if you'd like to
That
leave
spells
more
geek.
lead messages, that's fine.
We'll listen to your messages. If you have questions,
Just don't hypnotize us, please.
it'd be helpful.
And hey, Bill, what's that about Patreon?
When we have a Patreon page, and it's patreon.com/geeksawired, and you can get access to our podcasts early, and you can also chat with us on the Discord page.
If you Patreon enough.
If you Patreon, depending on your patronage.
Yes, your patronage.
But with that, we'll get into this week's fun stuff. And a correction from last week.
What's the correction?
Correction is the AMC Stubbs A-list.
Oh, yeah, it's weekly, not monthly.
Correct.
3 movies a week.
Does that... So... I guess we don't know this part yet, but...
I know quite a bit about it. What's your question?
Oh, okay.
I've actually done quite a bit of research on this.
Ever since I brought that to your attention? And because Joey or somebody brought that to my attention or something? I don't remember who.
We did more research. We found out more.
So
I dug through...
my question is...
And also, it's not just a news article.
Yes. My question is... The amount of... so you can see 3 movies a week.
Correct.
Could you see the same the same movie 3 times in 1 week?
Correct.
Could you see it 12 times in a month?
Correct.
Okay. So that's over MoviePass.
And MoviePass is changing. We have changes
Yep.
on that. There's
I
also
got an email for that one, and I think it's directly related to this.
Oh, there's so much more. There's so much, and there's another MoviePass company coming out too.
Ooh.
We're getting to that in a moment. But okay, so
Wait, I have
What's
another
happening?
question.
what?
What if the hippopotamus doesn't want to wear a tutu?
Well, then he can wear a 3-3,
Oh, okay.
What about a 4-4?
or he can wear a 4.
Or about a 1-1?
That might be a little small.
Yeah. All right.
So with AMC's, the $20 a month you pay goes towards your okay. So if you have the AMC Stubbs Plus program, it's like $15 a year.
Mm-hmm.
That gets put on pause until you cancel your whatever it's called again, the A-list one.
So you can't have both?
Well, no,
Or do you get the benefits of both?
You get the benefits. That's why the Stubbs Plus pauses,
Mhm.
because you get Stubbs Plus under the A-list. And also you have to sign up initially for 3 months. That's the other thing is Stubbs, 3 months minimum, you're stuck in.
Mm-hmm.
Then if you can't, or if you stop your A-list, what you have left on your Stubbs Plus ends up continuing on.
So you get, you
Interesting.
extend it for 3 months, basically, if you just keep the minimum from the...
Correct. I couldn't find anything about cancellation, how long you have to be canceled, like MoviePass. If you cancel, you have to stay out for 9 months. Didn't see anything on that, at least not yet. This covers the IMAX movies. This covers Dolby Digital. This covers Real D 3D. It does not cover their VR movies.
They have VR movies?
Apparently they have VR movies, just not here.
Huh.
It does
Well, that's
not
not surprising,
cover
but...
their special showings. So the $20 I dropped for this first showing of Solo is not covered under this.
Why?
It's part of their thing. I can watch Solo. I just have to watch a non-special feature. So
What was the special... So what's a special feature?
He got a fancy coin.
Well, I got fancy dice.
Oh, all right.
I got fancy dice, a popcorn, and
Is that?
No,
Oh, okay.
it's hanging in my car.
I was pointing at dice.
Oh, no,
I was going to
no,
say they are not very fancy looking.
No, they're not. No, they're also like dangly things. You saw the movie?
Dangly things. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, they're what he hangs on his.
Oh, the necklace thingy. No, those are dice.
Yeah, those are dice, but they're. Attached.
Oh, it is still the necklace thingy. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. That's cool. Where are they at?
In my car.
Yeah.
Of course. They were at work, but they're in their car. Also does not cover the opera, cover their live movie or live sports events.
The opera?
They show opera. They show a lot of special events in different areas, not in Pocatello
or anywhere near here, because I've never heard of that.
I've seen them advertise it, but never seen it here. So that means if I want, because I like going to those special events.
Yeah,
I don't mind paying my $10. If I did that through AMC, I'd have to pay
the whole thing.
$40. I'd pay $20 plus. See, at least MoviePass is $10, so it's a loss, but it's not a bad loss.
I thought with MoviePass you weren't supposed to even do that.
No, I can't use my MoviePass to watch that special showing. But I'm paying $20, but I'm still only paying $10 for the MoviePass.
Oh,
so I don't feel like I'm losing.
Got it.
Also, the $20 on your MoviePass does go towards your Stubs points. So at $1 or 100 points per dollar, so you're guaranteed 2,000 points a month.
What, on the Stubs?
Uh-huh.
But you don't get points for the movie.
If
you do not get points for the movies you watch because, unless you're paying for them directly, like I said, the big features or whatever.
But for the people who go to movies a lot, this is probably
second best to MoviePass.
Depends.
Actually, there's the other one. Yeah, let's go with the other one.
Are we going to go with the other one, or are we going to talk about the new stuff with MoviePass? Since we were just talking about
I
MoviePass.
know. There's so many choices. So much happened.
Let's talk about the MoviePass.
Okay, let's talk about MoviePass.
And then we can go to the other one.
So,
because I don't know anything about that one yet.
New stuff with MoviePass.
Oh, you just pasted the email.
I just pasted the email into the show notes.
Okay.
I was pondering how to do this.
The revolution is happening now.
It's what it says, yes. You can now... So, there are going to be 3 different upgrades to their base $9.95 service.
You got Bring a Guest, which MoviePass members will be able to purchase extra tickets to a showing of a movie right through the MoviePass app, so you can seamlessly reserve seats for you and your friends, so you can actually reserve seats now. That's one thing.
Wait, at certain theaters,
theaters, yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, if you're...
And if the theater participates.
All right, yeah, there's that. And then, on that same one, if they sign up for it within 24 hours, they refund the entire cost of the ticket to you.
Correct.
So, I'm not sure how lengthy that process will be, or like how easy it'll be, but that's an option.
Well, I'm sure with you buying the ticket, you could give them the friend reference code.
And then the peak pricing thing kind of confused me. You want to explain that one?
So the peak pricing. So you want to watch that new movie, the first showing of the night it comes out.
The 7 o'clock showing?
Yeah.
On Thursday night?
Mm-hmm. Depending on how big that movie is and how packed it is, you might have to pay more for it now through your MoviePass app. If you don't want to pay more, choose a different time and different day. So watch it later.
That seems like an interesting stand.
I know.
I'm not
it's
sure.
Capitalism, baby. Supply and demand.
This is where AMC is slowly starting to...
Well, this is probably one of the reasons that AMC was crabby about it, is that, you get like a busy premiere and all of a sudden there are a lot more people coming to see it because they've got MoviePass and they can. Right?
Yeah, but
because again,
depending on how they do this, because it's the theater who controls the price.
So you're saying that the upcharge would be because the theater is charging more?
It could be,
AMC.
and that's
the only thing that makes sense to me. I mean, MoviePass has no incentive to raise the price. Just because of that.
It's kind of curious too, because we have a local theater who kind of does that, and I think it's kind of shady. They charge more if you're a MoviePass person. Not just because you have a card, but because you're a MoviePass person, which they shouldn't be able... Like, that's kind of shady.
Well, okay, but they charge MoviePass more because they told MoviePass that's how much their tickets are. So yes,
I still think it's kind of shady.
it is. Here's the other thing, though.
Chicka, Slim Shady.
If you're one of the lucky many that signed up for an annual or quarterly package through MoviePass,
Mm-hmm.
you don't see that upcharge until your annual or quarterly subscription ends.
That's weird because that was even cheaper for them.
Yes.
Yeah, but they entered into a contract for a certain amount of time. No, they did.
I know.
absolutely did.
I'm not saying they didn't. It's just.
So they have to grandfather him in until it expires.
Mm-hmm.
That's all that's saying.
I guess so. Yeah, fair enough.
So that happened, especially where I sit on or monthly instead.
They don't even say how much the small fee is.
I think it depends because it varies. It does vary depending on the event and the movie and stuff like that. Which also means that, and then the third part is premium showings. So MoviePass members will
You can
on
get
any
your dice.
you can get access to 3D movies, IMAX, 2D, 3D, and other premium large format showings of any film for an additional upgrade fee. Which means it sounds like MoviePass will collect the charge, not the local theater.
Okay.
Well, I mean, you don't know what's going on behind the scenes, so they could be charging MoviePass more, and then
Like
MoviePass is
one
just
theater?
moving that charge up to you.
Mm-hmm.
So you never know where these things go.
Yeah, and there's no like release date on all this. It just says it will be rolling out to
In the next
everyone in the next couple of weeks. I don't know if it's like a slow rollout or if it's going to be
Well,
everybody.
they said to say slowly roll it out.
Yeah, it does say that. Okay, I missed that word. That's what I get for skimming again. I
We
already
were
had
just-
this problem today.
We were just talking about that in the car on the way home from lunch. That like sometimes you'll just want a little bit of information on something, so you skim it and you can't see it. And you skim it again, and you just don't want to freaking read the whole thing. And so you skim it like 4 or 5 times, and you're like, fine, I will read the stinking thing. And then the information you wanted is in the first freaking sentence. And you're like,
And usually you'll end up reading like the word before it and after it, but not the actual word that you were looking for.
Oh, that's even more
The
fun.
key word.
Yeah.
That's happened to me today.
ugh, so frustrating.
So,
Yeah. So I'm pretty positive this is a direct result. They were probably planning this, but AMC's push probably made them push this out faster.
but the only thing is, this means that they can make more money out of it because that's the other
Yeah.
thing. Is also, if I use like when I watch the special showing of Solo, I can still only watch Solo using my MoviePass once.
Yeah.
Which means if I use it on the special showing, now I cannot watch it at a regular because I've already watched it twice because I paid for the special showing and then I turned around and used MoviePass on a normal showing.
I wonder if they're going to get rid of that part.
Honestly, where they're bringing in 3D and all that, I don't see
might.
why not.
Yeah.
If they're going to start
Also,
charging for all these little things,
If you see the 3D showing, does the 2D showing now count as another kind of showing?
it's still the same movie though, which
Yeah, but-
sucks
Yeah.
a
I don't know.
lot.
That's one less D.
And they'll finally get maybe they'll finally add like concessions on this at some point, where they're just slowly opening it up.
You're saying that MoviePass will charge us for concessions?
No, well, you can pay with it or something.
I can see it. Maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't
So-
know. But I think, but they're also making money off of. They're making money off of concessions, but this is going to. What I'm more impressed with is that usually the big players and stuff like when technology moves along or when new things like this come along, like look at digital movies, digital music, and all this. Usually the big players are very big fighting it.
Mm-hmm.
AMC was. They stood up. They were like, no. A year later, they released their own. I'm kind of impressed with AMC.
And how fast they did it, or
They-
just that they did it at all,
They did it, and it's not 10 years later, or
Yeah.
it's not 5 years later. It's
where it's just too little, too late.
Because they don't want to be Blockbuster.
there you go.
You got to learn the lessons.
That's a good point.
Yeah, and also MoviePass is getting closer and closer to actually hitting their number. If they hit their number, they actually will be able to be a
They can
big
bully.
push. Yeah, they can start, and so this kind of like, I think this is trying to slow everybody down. Another company that's doing it is Alamo Drafthouse. I don't know if you've ever heard of this company.
I've heard of the Alamo.
They sell beer, right? To Hank Hill.
I'm sure they do that in some of theirs, yes. Actually, some of the AMCs do, too.
No, was that a King of the Hill joke?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Oh.
That's why I said I've heard of the Alamo.
Oh.
Propane.
Propane.
So, this one, the Alamo Draft House is a chain based out of Austin, Texas. They're going to start it out in their Yonkers, New York location, starting July 18th. Obviously, they're very popular for having double features and these epic showings of, these really big special showings.
Okay.
So, as of right now, there's lots of no information.
Mm-hmm. Not even a price.
No price, no nothing. They said the Alamo Draft House location, they're going to let their Alamo Victory loyalty members know first. Then there's just, it sounds like that this is another chain that is doing something that MoviePass is doing. This is another MoviePass. Both a name brand and what it is.
Yeah. That's
Wait,
cool.
is it the theater or is it like an AMC deal or is it
This
Alamo
thing,
Draft House?
it's a chain.
Well, that's what I'm saying because you're saying it's like a MoviePass, but it sounds like more like an AMC thing.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That the AMC's thing is this. It is a movie pass because you can watch movies. Literally, but the name Movie Pass is like,
pretty
it is
generic.
what it is,
No, I
but it's also
understand.
the name brand.
Yeah.
But the thing is that it's only for that theater, so
Correct.
it's not the same thing.
So it's a
more
MoviePass
like
And
Or-
this one's even only for that city.
The Alamo. Well, this for starting
For the starting, yeah.
for the very very start.
And it may be a lot. When MoviePass first came out, it was what? It was a lot of money
it
per
was
month.
like
$50.
$600.
That was
No.
$50 a month.
Yeah.
That's close.
But they probably didn't have as many restrictions on it when it first started.
No, you still couldn't watch 3D movies. You still couldn't.
Really?
You still had to take pictures of your ticket. And if you used it for special movies, because they didn't, I don't think they really cared about it as much because I heard a lot of people before when it was $50 a month,
Mm-hmm.
they got they just got upcharges. They would go watch specialty movies, but they had to pay the difference.
Yeah.
Technically, it's against the terms and conditions, but it happens
used-
all the time.
We used to be able to do that. Actually, we still can.
No, we can again, but now it sounds like MoviePass is taking the brunt of it instead of the
Yeah.
consumer afterwards.
I don't know.
I don't know. It's still weird because it's still weird that I have to pay extra money and directly to the theater, and I can't use that as my points because I'm still paying out of pocket.
Yeah, they swipe it twice. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah.
But that's probably because MoviePass only, when you check in, they only approve $10, I think.
It's whatever their max for the time period. That's why if you go watch a matinee higher movie, you don't get the upcharge because matinee movies are cheaper.
Yeah. So
also with MoviePass, you could probably go watch an IMAX matinee. Now that it's approved, you won't be charged extra.
ooh. I wish we had nice theaters. Yeah. Unless there's a huge blow from...
We'll get more of your friends to move here, and then we'll get a better theater.
There you go.
I don't think that'll
Maybe a
happen for a
VR
while.
theater
I'll just go to IF. They have the nice movie theater.
Yeah.
or
And it's
special concessions.
Hey, they got shiny floors and shiny ceilings, and it might just be the floors.
Speaking of shiny, I thought I caught a shiny Pokemon, but I didn't.
It was just
It was just from the Alola region.
Aloha Pokemon of Rattata.
Aloha. Alola.
The Rattata with a mustache?
Yes.
There's also a Mewth that's purple.
Isn't that cast form also from there? It was kind of
No.
a darker one.
The cast form that I got this morning, you mean? It looked the same as the other cast forms, I thought. But yes, they've rolled out special Pokemon that aren't shiny, but they look different. And the Rattata is super cute when you evolve him to Eradicate. He's extra chubby and way cute. Love it.
I need to...
Which is uncommon for most of them.
Yeah.
Usually.
Yeah, usually the original evolution is the cute one, and then they get meaner from there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Yeah. More people jumping up to the task to try to help get some of that money that MoviePass has been hogging.
Well,
that's
what I'm
basically what it
impressed,
is.
like I said, is that the industry is stepping up instead of just fighting.
Which is nice because ticket prices have been going up
Yeah.
a lot.
I like the idea of competition, especially if there's like more companies coming out and actually applying a different twist of how they're actually offering these different movie options.
Right. Well, right now there's still only one that's independent, like you can use anywhere, but
Yeah.
that will
Which-
probably change over time.
Yeah, I can see that because with MoviePass, it's nice if you're in an area with lots of theaters
Mm-hmm.
or you're close enough to other theaters. Otherwise, so there's plenty of areas that there is one theater. That is all you have. That is all there is for
Mhm.
miles upon miles. If it's worth it, and I have to admit that with the MoviePass, I'm gonna have to start looking at it a little bit more because AMC's it kind of sucks that I can't use it on specialty movies. But depending on how much MoviePass ends up charging me, it might start, especially to watch the movie Thursday night.
Yeah, it might be worth the AMC one.
Yeah, if they charge me like $10 once, it suddenly might be worth it just to jump ship to.
Well, no, at that point, it's worth it.
What if we don't record the podcast on Fridays? Thursday night's less important.
True.
I mean, some of you
it's
still
Star
want
Wars
to. You
or-
still want to see. Some of you still want to see right away. I can.
Yeah, you got to
understand
avoid
that,
the spoilers that inevitably come out.
But
Just kidding. That's the trailers nowadays.
Sometimes.
A lot of times.
Yeah.
Yeah. So fun.
All right.
We're gonna talk about Madame now.
Yes, we're going to talk about Amazon's assistant, the name that shall not be named. We call her Madame A.
what
Or
you mean,
you can
Alexa?
also say that.
Shut up.
Hey, never mind.
Yes, the name who shall not be named.
Voldemort, you mean?
No. Amazon's assistant.
Oh,
You mean okay?
the
Google?
other one
You
are really
You.
bad today. Cortana. Hey Siri.
I don't think those.
Did we
work.
get all of them? Yeah, Hey Siri works. Mine probably just triggered, actually.
And actually,
It didn't because it was in my pocket.
With Cortana, you say hey also.
Oh, you've
Hey
noticed that.
Elsa.
Okay.
No one talks to Cortana, so.
You have to say hey Elsa.
No.
Don't forget Bixby.
Oh, yeah, there's Bigsby too. The redheaded stepchild.
I hate that button on my phone. Ever since I got
There's
it
a
like 2
dedicated
weeks
button
ago.
for it.
There's a Bixby button.
That
There's the
sucks.
button, and
you
I
have to
hit it all the time.
You have to sign up for Samsung, blah blah blah, in order to disable the Bixby button. It's ridiculous.
So, funny
Anyways.
thing, apparently the next version of Samsung's is supposed to have a lot less Samsung bloatware. Their next phones, their flagships are coming out with.
So are they going to be more out of the box Android?
That's what
Or are
it's
they
not-
still going to have the... I can't remember the name of the software they have on the top of that.
Well, it sounds like they're pushing more towards out of the box Google, box Android.
Yeah, I don't remember the name of their OS. Well, their overlay of the OS, but yeah. That's cool. Maybe.
Ubuntu.
A lot of people... No. Ubuntu is a Linux OS, which I guess Android is too, technically, but...
It's a distribution.
yeah, it's a Linux distribution.
So back on Amazon.
Yeah.
Amazon's trying to beat everybody to market to make sure you are used to them
In the hotels?
everywhere.
Everywhere.
But they're moving with hotels first. So they're moving into the Marriott hotels. They're going to start. So Marriott's also been ahead of the game on most of this stuff.
So it's Amazon and the Gijens. No, nothing.
I don't know what you're getting at.
You don't know who puts the Bibles in hotel rooms?
Nope.
What kind of a Bible is it?
New King James, along right next to the Book of Mormon in the
A Gijens Bible.
Oh.
Like the song,
No.
Rocky Raccoon
Rocky Raccoon.
went
Yeah.
up to his room
No.
only to find...
Gijens Bible.
Wow.
I'm glad you two are on the same wavelength.
It's because we love each other.
I think
Yeah.
we found the show
Hi,
title.
Anna.
Sometimes.
Gijin.
Gijin.
Wow.
Bible.
So
Gijens Bible.
turns out Bill doesn't know how to spell Gijens Bible.
Oh, I forgot the S.
Gideon's?
Is that how you spell it?
No.
No, it's not even remotely close.
Are you gonna leave it that way anyways? It might be extra funny.
Gijens Bible.
Gijens.
Oh, my space goat.
Leave it.
Man,
there we go. We're sticking with it.
You're making it even worse.
It is awesome.
As long as it's not like a slang of some sort, we're good.
We should probably spell check that. Do a search on.
Yeah, search that and
You know,
Google
that-
real quick.
I was going to say, did you mean I'm a horrible racist?
Apparently, it's the most epic self-promotion ever made in history, and apparently
What
it's
is
some
it?
random Instagram page.
Huh. All right.
We're sticking with it. It doesn't seem bad at the moment.
G.I. Jens.
Exactly. All right. So
Yeah, we were talking about that.
with so Marriott's been ahead on a lot of stuff because they've also done you can put on your Netflix account onto their TVs and everything, and when you check out, it clears it all out.
Interesting.
There's not a lot of explanation whether you need to put your Amazon account on this Echo, or it's just going to have a generic one. But they're saying they're not going to record anything, so you earn the trust of Amazon. Apparently, all information is going to be deleted after you leave. But this isn't just at low-level Marriotts. This is going to be at the select Marriott hotels, the Westin Resort, St. George hotels,
Okay.
autograph collection. So basically, whenever you go on to conferences for your places or for clubs and organizations, these will be the ones you'll be at.
Oh, apparently the Wynn has them as well.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Also owned by Marriott.
That makes sense. I didn't know that was owned by Marriott.
So much win.
Get it? It's not spelled Win. It's not spelled W-I-N.
Just occurred to me that's probably why they named it that.
I think Wynn's the last name of the person who set it up. Actually, maybe not. I could be. Yeah, I'm not gonna go with that because I've never looked that up.
We're just going to say it so. It's online now. Guess what?
Yeah, I know.
It's true. Oh, so the recordings are deleted daily.
Yeah, and they will have some hotel-specific questions,
Yes. Which is also
like
nice.
when the pool closes.
Well, it's also nice because when you walk into your hotel room, you don't have no clue where the light switches are.
Yeah, so you can just be like, Madam A, please turn on the lights.
Exactly.
And then it'll be like, okay, turning on the AC.
Or then at night you could be like, Alexa, lights off. And then all the lights would turn off.
You are
I think I might.
really bad.
No, he was joking around about I should go back through all the podcasts. Every time he says
Uh-huh.
the bad word, I put in like, Madam A. Like really bad over, voiceover.
All
So you
right.
can tell it's not Ted.
All right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it also is offering TED Talks. Not our TED talking, but the other TED Talks.
My talks are much less informative.
No, not always.
And not nearly as entertaining.
No, that's depending on the kind of entertainment you're going for.
You're still entertaining.
Oh, I love you guys.
I think you're semi-informative.
Like, yeah, if you're trying to be informative and that being that kind of entertainment, like, oh man, that was a good learning lesson. Usually not, but if you're going for, oh man, this guy's, he's really telling that funny joke that makes me want to
Stab
slap
myself
my
in the
knee.
face.
I'm slapping my elbow.
That works.
It's a knee slapper. Except
So-
for I'm slapping my, anyways.
What will happen is this will get you used to the device it being out there.
So that it's your go-to whenever you go buy one.
Exactly.
Are you still...
I'm going to boil your teeth.
No! That is the worst
Wow.
thing to say to someone.
But yeah, I also can
I'm
turn on
sorry,
the
I was just angry. I keep interrupting you, Bill. I apologize. Please don't boil my teeth.
So I hope it also turns on the TV.
Oh yeah,
That'd be nice. I'm used to that.
Will it do it with a Harmony Hub integration?
I don't know. Well, it currently does, but I don't know what they're going to do with it because I think this is going to be the introduction to everything. Which I also could see a lot of people going in and just unplugging it.
Or hitting the mute button, if they can even see it.
If they're
It said like it doesn't even say that it's going to be on like a countertop somewhere. It might just be it just might be tucked into a wall.
Yeah,
or hanging from the ceiling.
Or plugged into like the PA system they have in a lot of hotel rooms now.
You could replace the PA system.
Remember when the alarm went off in that hotel?
That's actually
in
what I was
Vegas?
thinking of.
Oh, it was so awesome.
Hey, just wait until it laughs at you.
Oh, the misplaced evil sounding laughter.
Mm-hmm. The entire hotel just wakes up because they just start laughing. But yeah, so you're supposed to be able to control thermostat, blinds, lights,
It'd be
request
cool
housekeeping.
if it did like a temporary like account, like you gave it a token and then you just authorized yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, after a little while, it stops.
Because then
cool.
you could like order your stuff on Amazon, so
Yeah.
you could actually use it for.
And I could
your
see them
stuff.
doing that because if you have one click enabled, as long as they can verify it's your voice, I think you can just order stuff now.
Yes.
But yeah, it'd be kind of cool. Maybe it might be really annoying, but time will tell.
I'm slightly excited. I go to hotel rooms. I get very annoyed, especially when I start talking to my TV and my lights, and they don't do anything.
Do you really do that?
I have.
Oh gosh,
I've been like, lights on.
No,
I'm still in the dark.
that won't. Just saying lights on doesn't do anything, even with the Madame A. You gotta say
What is with our assistants nowadays?
they're not. Well, unless you want them always listening, then they're not gonna know.
I really don't care.
The other morning, Anna came up and she was like, Ted, why are you holding a pistol? And I'm like, Decepticons. And she laughed. I laughed. The toaster laughed. So I shot the toaster.
Why did you hurt your poor toaster?
It was a Decepticon. I'm actually surprised you didn't go with the radio.
Yeah.
And
So, speaking of Decepticons,
Madam A laughed. I shot her.
that's the most likely one to happen too, so it's even extra funny. Yeah, speaking of Decepticons, what'd you think of that, the new Transformers movie? Because of course they're making another one.
Was it a reboot? I was confused.
I don't know. Like, Bumblebee looks different.
Well, I mean,
because they
can-
got the rights to like classic.
Oh.
Bug. That's why.
He still can't talk, right? Or it. Well, I'm gonna go it.
He didn't talk.
Also, it looked like there was a weird like relationship thing going on. I don't know how to feel about that one.
That's okay. We were introduced to that in freaking Solo, so
I'd
we're
have to
used
see
to it.
more trailers to decide whether or not it
Yes,
would be a
fair
good
enough.
show.
It is a Bumblebee movie. It is not a Transformers.
It doesn't have actual cannibal Shia LaBeouf yelling Bumblebee every 5 minutes, so
Actual
it shouldn't
cannibal
be that
Shia
bad.
LaBeouf.
And it also is not going to be directed by
Michael Bay.
Yeah.
And it's got John Cena
So-
do on it.
And his name was John Cena.
Do.
Thank you. All right, yeah, that was a weird segue. And we're here.
Hey, that'll happen.
You should probably put this in the show notes too. Unless I guess people could look it up too.
We can always put something about Bumblebee.
G-Unit. Play the new Star Wars
And then
show.
you should have that link to something else that would make people really mad because it'd be funny.
Anthony, do you want to watch Bumblebee?
I don't know. It might be, considering the last couple of Transformers movies have been, less than...
No, Michael Bay.
Oh, okay, maybe. I might watch this one then.
I don't know. The Star Wars, or excuse me, the Transformers movies have always just been about robots fighting, and
If you like,
I guess if that's all you're going for,
if
fair
you're
enough.
looking for
Yeah.
robots fighting, you're good. It's not like the plot was so amazing in the old cartoon or anything.
I'll resend that because I argued the same thing about Pacific Rim
in Jurassic Park.
and just Pacific Rim. If you're
There's
just
no
going,
robots fighting in Jurassic
Or
Park.
if you want, you go watch the
monsters
Jurassic Park
fighting.
movie to go see a bunch of dinosaurs
yeah. If
doing
you're going,
dinosaur things.
if you're going to watch Pacific Rim expecting a good story, probably not going to get it. But if you're just going to watch huge robots fight, you're going to love it. So I rescind my objection to Transformers. If you're just watching it to see robots fight, there you go. So thank you.
It looks like that film cover on IMDb for Bumblebee. It kind of reminds me of Iron Giant.
Oh yeah,
And
it does kind of have that feel.
It almost looks like the kid or whoever that character is right next to the giant wants to be friends.
They should be holding
They want to
hands.
be more than friends. You saw the trailer. She might be want to be more than friends.
It looks like they're watching the sunset.
Yeah, it is pretty. Over
Every
the ocean
adventure has a beginning
and an end. Dun dun dun.
Hey, every beginning comes from some other beginning's end. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Yes.
Last call for drinks.
I killed it all.
Last call for drinks. That's in that song, isn't there? Isn't it?
So, podcasts.
Closing time.
Podcasts.
Okay.
We
Oh,
can-
hey, podcast.
We can play Google Podcasts everywhere. iOS, Home Mini, and more.
So the nice thing, Google came out with their official podcast app.
Mm-hmm.
It is actually not in from your Google Music. The nice thing about it is it ties into, you can play it off of your Google Home, Google Home Mini, and you can apparently get it on iOS. I haven't looked, but it's a very, very simple podcasting app.
So all you have to do is just be like, "Hey Google, play Geeks Are Wired."
Exactly.
Okay.
And you can
I'm
pause it, and you
Mhm.
can resume right where you were, so you can play it on one device, change it to a different device.
Okay, Google, play the podcast Geeks Are Wired.
I think you have to
Nothing
download
happened.
the podcast app.
Yeah.
I wanted to hear that. I hear it's a good podcast.
We're so bad on this
I
podcast.
have. And we also just got approved. We are officially on Spotify.
Oh.
So now you can listen to us on Spotify. That got approved. We were in the queue. Apparently, Spotify has been available for some time. We finally got going. We finally said yes, and then we had to wait. Because apparently,
Let
once
me
you
check
say
the other
go,
place that I was looking at earlier.
yeah, we're on like quite a few places. So you can find us on
So
iTunes.
is it the Google Podcast?
It is the Google
from
Podcast
Google LLC.
Exactly.
Is this another thing they'll shut down in 2 years?
I don't know. We're in another round. So we've been around for like, what is it, 6 years now? We're in another round of podcasts are cool and everyone's making them, which I don't mind. They're cool. So that's why we make them. But they,
I thought
I've
we
been
did
doing
it.
it for 6 years.
I thought we did it because you pay me.
Yeah. And looks just like, hey Ted, what's
Mhm.
up?
He winks at me. I like it.
I'm creeped out. I'm across from them.
Hey
So,
Anthony,
no.
what's up?
No,
Wink, wink.
no. We're still not on Plex yet.
Oh yeah, Plex. No, Plex is a different.
Plex is weird.
You have to pull the RSS feed.
Yeah, you have to add it manually.
Mm-hmm. So
But once you add the RSS feed, it'll work like normal, right?
for you, not for
Okay.
everybody, because we are on Plex but you cannot pull from the person who put it on. So you on your Plex server have to put it up through the RSS
But
feed.
it's supposed to work without a Plex server. Like if you're just on the web, it should just work.
I know we're on Plex,
I know.
but
I mean, yeah, but you just have to add it.
The podcasts are kind of like Plex opened it up so you could do it, but it didn't like open it up to like push them out to everybody.
Oh no. That's what I meant.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so there's no insurgent of podcasts. There's plenty of podcasts out there. There's plenty of podcast options, and I don't know where you're going.
Don't worry about it.
Oh, you want to click buttons?
Yeah. I apparently wasn't over far enough.
We have 0 subscribers through Spotify.
Oh, we're not trending.
Oh well.
That's okay. For now.
But so the Google
In
one
time.
though, it's very simple. It's here it is. You can have it deleted after so much time. You can subscribe to these. There's no. It's not like iTunes where you vote. It is at this moment it is a very, very simple podcast app. It works.
So it's probably like the Apple Podcast app that they've had for years. Maybe better.
You mean iTunes or
No.
Apple's? Apple's you can still go in and like I thought you could go in and rate everybody and all that.
That's all I see whenever I.
Oh,
Yeah, it just looks like that.
you can't like.
And the
click on
dots.
and
There's
rate
remove,
it?
start episode, play next, and share episode. That's it.
Oh. Does it auto download or auto delete episodes?
I could probably set it up to do that. I don't.
Google's
but-
you can. The other thing is there's because like our listeners are more
Yeah, you can save it.
not on iTunes, and the thing is iTunes did hold a lot of the podcasts apps for quite some time.
Mm-hmm.
It's moving off.
Yeah.
There's so many places you can get your podcast nowadays.
Which is both good and bad, I think.
Why?
Because
Anthony doesn't like variety. He prefers
no,
monopolies.
no.
Typical millennial.
What I meant was you can't search one spot for a pod. Like if you're wanting new podcasts and you're not everywhere, it kind of makes it
well, that's
hard
the other
to find you.
That's the other nice thing about having the RSS feed and everything.
Yeah.
And
But
yes,
you
that-
have to know about it too.
True, and that is one of the reasons why we were on Spotify for the longest time. I didn't know that was an option. We are on the Google. I did double check this. We are on the Google Play podcast app.
I just verified it. You can't find it by searching geeks, but you can find it by searching Geeks Are Wired.
There you go. There's a lot of geeks podcasts.
There was one that was called Fantastic Geeks and Where to Find Them.
That's another movie I'm excited to see.
There
Sorry,
is.
we're going.
Oh, my space goat, me too. Oh, Harry Potter. I still need to buy the freaking Cursed Child. Although a lot of people have decided, I think the fandom at large has decided that that the Cursed Child just isn't really Harry Potter. It's like fanfic written by the author.
Yeah. But yeah, podcast app on Google. You can download it.
It's another way to get your podcast.
Get your podcast fix.
So you can listen to through your Echoes, through your Googles, through your phones.
Can you listen it through Echoes?
Yeah, because the Echoes use Stitcher. Or, no, I forget what they use, but we're on it.
Oh, you mean without... Okay, I thought you meant using the app, the Google app.
Oh no,
Okay,
not that.
okay.
What are we? I know we're Pandora. No, I don't think it's Pandora.
I don't
I
think
forget
Pandora
this.
does podcasts yet.
With somebody, but it's. I think it might be TuneIn Radio.
Slacker?
I don't
Maybe
remember.
it's TuneIn.
I know. I've had to push our podcast to lots and lots of things, and that's. I admit that what would be nice is this. Everyone just went RSS
Like, just have
feed.
a central repository.
Yeah, here's the RSS feed. Go
Yeah.
grab it. Done.
And then you just push to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know.
Just works.
Yeah. So, moving on to something else. That right there, even though it doesn't look like it, and you can reference the show notes for this, I guess, is a computer next to a grain of rice. It doesn't look like a grain of rice. It looks like just not a grain of rice.
No.
A ball of wax.
Yeah, it looks like a big ball of wax, but next to it is a tiny computer.
Yes, which is impressive that we've gotten our
Next to
computers-
a single grain of rice.
and the grain of rice is bigger. Why-
Way bigger.
So it's a temperature sensing computer that measures the size of it is 0.04 cubic millimeters.
Just like mind-boggling how small it is.
Yes. So the idea is you can actually put this into the body and have it check temperature, look for how effective.
How does it even power
cancer treatment-
itself?
It's so small, it doesn't need a lot of power, dude.
I know, but still, like, you can't put a battery. Like, does it just power itself through the rate antenna it has
We're at
on
the
it?
beginning of the Matrix. It uses the heat of the human body.
I mean, the thing is that small, it could.
You think it's got a little steam engine in it?
No, like, you can power,
Nano
like,
steampunk.
if you got a... Yeah, I got what you're going with, but... Like,
It was funny to me.
if you have a wire
boil
that's
your
long enough, you
teeth.
can Stop saying that. You have if you have a wire that's like, I don't know, 100 to 200 feet, you can power a clock radio with it. Just by the radio, just the airwaves that are going through it.
Oh.
That's what I was going with.
Okay.
So.
I don't know when it happened, but season 3 of Rick and Morty is on Hulu.
Oh.
I noticed last night.
You are so random today.
Wait,
so am I.
season 3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Pickle Rick.
Yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't on there for a long time, and I don't know when they added it because it never notified me, but it's on there now.
Interesting.
Pickle Rick.
Because I only watched up to Pickle Rick. I didn't watch any of the others.
It's a pretty good season, actually.
Yeah, it looked good, and then I didn't.
But yeah. Can you go back to that article? I was going to read something on it.
Oh, were you going to look for, like...
There was a sentence that I was going to read.
Read it.
I don't
Besides
know what it said
limitations,
now.
forced researchers to get creative to reduce the effect of light. They switched from diodes to switch capacitors and had to fight the relative increase in electronic noise that comes from running on a device that uses so little power.
Okay, so I kind of remember what I was going to say now. So the device is so small that you can use it to measure temperature of cells, like a group of cells.
Mm-hmm.
That's
The result
tiny.
is a sensor that can measure changes in extremely small regions, like a group of cells in your body. Science has suspected that
That's the
tumors are
sentence I
slightly
was looking
hotter
for,
than the healthy
actually.
tissue.
How did you find it?
It's been very difficult to verify this until now. Just Control F, dude. Jeez.
I don't have a keyboard in front of me.
He skimmed it.
I
down,
do,
down
but
keywords.
it's in the wrong. It's the other way around.
You'd have to type upside down.
Yeah, I'm not about that.
No.
But it looks like it can be used with oil reservoir monitoring and cancer studies and a whole bunch of other stuff like tiny snail studies.
It's important to study things that destroy our farmlands.
Well, also, because you could find out how good the cancer treatment is working.
Yeah.
Or you could highly localize
this is
cancer
just
treatments.
Good
Yeah.
applications of just a tiny computer in general, not necessarily the temperature sensing one,
Mm-hmm.
but like ones that could measure humidity or...
Actually, you still could do that with this one because you could see, with it being close to
Yeah.
the cancer cells, how much heat is given off compared to the rest of the body, or... 'cause I'm sure there might be a temperature change.
Yeah, that's a good point. So are we reaching nanobot level now almost?
I think this is past the nanobot level.
Well, nanobots you can't see.
Oh.
This one you could technically see.
I don't
Technically.
know.
I don't know if I could see that small. I would probably not see this computer and accidentally step on it. There are bugs, tiny bugs, that are smaller, or that are bigger than this.
Yeah, but there's probably bugs that are smaller than this too.
Well, yeah.
Alexa, how small is the world's smallest bug?
We don't have one of those in here. And no, the
Ah.
speakers out outside the podcast room are not smart speakers. With that, we're going to wrap up the podcast.
No, I remember when I
already?
thought. Remember when I thought that your speakers were smart speakers, and I was yelling at it, trying to get it to respond to me.
Do
Yeah,
remember that?
That was a good day.
that was a good day.
Anthony. Yeah, famous last words.
Come back to me.
Anna.
We have talked about like Bumblebee as being the Iron Giant, and then we have this tiny, small computer.
For the worst time possible, please press 6 now. Beep.
All right, so fairy flies are very tiny insects, like most wasps. They generally range from. There was a certain type of wasps. I don't know the word though. They range from 0.5 to 1.0 millimeters long. They include the world's smallest known insect, with a body length of only 0.139 millimeters, and
bigger than
is
this
the
computer.
smallest known flying insect.
That's bigger than this computer.
He's still talking.
Is it?
A 0.04.
Dang, that's tiny, guys. That's hey, Bill. What's your famous last words?
I'm Pickle Rick!
Listeners, let me tell you about my game RoboVDino. You and your friends pick up garbage, which is cool of you, then you throw the garbage at dinosaurs, which isn't cool of you, but it is cool. Fight off fire-breathing T-Rexes and evade charging Dimetrodons. in dinosaur habitats like the Dinosaur, the Stalker Exchange, and the Arcade. Score points by picking up KO dinosaurs before they wake up and throw them into the dumpsters, claw grabbers, and party boats. RoboVDino is for players of all ages, skill levels, and for friends that like working together for the high score. But Alex, you say, somehow knowing my name, can I experience this fossil-fueled arcade action single player? That's a yes, my friend, a big yes. RoboVDino is out now for $4.99 on Windows, Mac, and Linux. Visit Steam and search RoboVDino, that's RoboVDino, or visit RoboVDino.com for more info. Now back to your show.